gentlemen.
All right, welcome to Jack Dodsons Racing Insider News with the Florence Flash Winners Edition.
I knew it was coming. Okay, all right, this is all we got right here. He won a race.
Trophy, that's proof. Pass tech and everything.
Well, and the good thing about it is Gary forgot to put gas in the car. And you won the race.
Poor Gary.
So that's all I'm going to say about that. I'm just going to let it go at that.
Eric wants to know where your shirt's at.
Eric who?
Wickheiser.
My shirt's in my truck, and my truck's not here.
I mean, that's a shame. I thought you would be... What does the shirt say? Oh, he ain't showed to you? On the front, it says, Crew Chief of the Florence Flash. And on the back, it says, the 29 is my hero. I didn't autograph it, though. You should let me autograph it.
Oh, you can
personalize it to you.
Well, I'll bring it next week, and you can autograph it.
You got to wear it.
Anyway, so you win a race down at Florence. We had to open the doors up wide to get you in.
Well, hey, you know.
You've been talking trash about Gary ever since I got here today.
Hey, I tried to help Gary. I tried to let him in, but he couldn't quite get there and ended up falling back some. And then they had I didn't see it. I heard a cart climb the wall, but they had an accident back there. Damn, I'm drawing a blank on their names. Damn. Either way. Charlie Ray. I guess been a chassis. I'm not sure what happened. I know they had some discussions about it later, and during they were pretty upset, which, you know, it happens.
And for the first time in a long time, you wasn't involved in an argument.
Right. I'm just involved in stirring it up, but I didn't do that. But we tried to work together and tried to.
Well, you know,
but it didn't work out, and I pushed the guy that he was against for a while, and then.
But you know, Gary made the comment that he didn't even have to practice. He was going to go down there and just, you know.
Oh yeah, that was all of our thing. We were just going to practice one time. If the cart's good, we were just going to leave the carts alone. I think we practiced 100 laps in practice. Cullen had some problems and put some motors on.
Oh well.
So. Oh yeah, we can see it right there. That's pretty up there. They can see that. Yeah, Eric says Gary forgot. So apparently his son put the gas and the funnel in a seat, and then Eric come over and filled his cart up, and Gary forgot to fill his up. So he ran, I don't know, 5 or 6 laps, and Mark Roberts says he's got methanol on sale cheap. so he ran out of gas. He found out today when he unloaded his cart and it didn't have any fuel in it.
That's sad. That's sad.
That part
after you had Teddy and all them on here last week and told me how bad
you're gonna go down there and take their money.
Just take everything, and look what happened. You went down and didn't even fill the thing up without methanol, and there you were, 6 laps into the race.
Got to thank Miles of Seamless Gutter.
Yeah, thank them. That's your spot. You do better than that. You got more than that.
Pepsi, Mountain Dew, Zim's Foundation, those guys. The Jack Dodsons Racing Insider News show.
But we'll come back to you. I know we're going to have Denver on at the end.
We got the real news and the big news out of the way.
Yeah, let's go to some other stuff here. How about the Cup race this weekend? Brad Keselowski wins. Matty Ryan wins the thing. But technically, Matty, between the three of us, who bets has this every week. We don't bet, that's not right. But who do this every week. You really won, but Jack's going to take the win. I'm taking the win between the three of us, but Matty got the overall win. But Brad K, what about that big crash? Did you see it?
I was racing.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, that's right. You were.
I heard about it over the PA about Jimmy Johnson. They're interviewing him a little bit about turning the one car they got together. It looked like the one. I seen the replay. Got down on the 42, and then it got him. And I think maybe Jimmy touched him kind of at the same time, and he just went up. And
them
was
guys had nowhere to go. All 19 of them that were in that wreck, none of them, they had nowhere to go. And that was, I hate to see it. The 24 got in it.
Now, have you heard any of the conspiracy theories that Denny Hamlin let Tony win?
I've heard that, but I don't believe it.
I don't either. I think Denny was looking in his mirror and won't paying attention because he knew he was going to get a shot from Tony, and was looking in the mirror and overshot the corner.
And Tony said, if it took whatever it took, he was going to go through him.
He said if there was a fight, he'd have 2 black eyes.
And he was going through there to get there. The Xfinity race, Eric Almirola won the race.
Yeah.
And Ryan Sieg finished third.
Yeah, they had a bunch of good finishes, and got to give a shout out to Bob at the 95 car. Those guys had 13. Was it 11th?
I thought it was 11th.
Something. They had a top 15 run there. Clayton says, "Go figure." Jamie McMurray having a good run for a change and get wiped out. And then Gary No Gas Osborne posted he should post a picture of the helmet in his possession. Maybe it'll make him faster.
I'm not even going there. I'm not going there.
Yeah, we're gonna wear it next week. I don't know. I gotta wash that suit. That suit's a little rank smelling right now. The helmet's probably far behind it.
All right, the K&N race at Columbus, Ohio. Justin Haley won his first race. The race down at South Boston this weekend. Lee Pulliam finally got a win at South Boston this year.
That was 6 in a row in that race.
Yeah, he's won 6 of those big races in a row.
The 200.
But this is the first win this year at South Boston. Our girl Maddie finished 14th, 17th or 17th. I'm not sure.
I don't remember.
I'm sure
she did good in practice.
So she did pretty decent. Quite obviously that with Tracy not turning very many wrenches on the car, it's getting better. At Caraway, the modifieds, Andy Seiss won, but J.R. Bertuccio led that whole race until he got knocked out of the way at the end.
Oh, really?
So
Andy knocked him out of the way? I can't believe Andy would do that.
That was kind of a fun thing that I was listening to it, flipping it back and forth on the on my old phone. At Lonesome Pine, Wayne Hale and Nate Monteith won the two races up there. Clary's Motor Speedway down in Wrinklyville, Willie Milliken won the race. And for the first time I've ever read and talked to anybody from down there, Buddy Isles Jr. finished dead last.
Oh, really? Oh, so somebody else had a chance.
Yeah. Up at Dominion, Nick Smith won again.
Mm-hmm.
Ace Speedway, R.D. Smith won the Rodney Cook 114 tribute race for his first win of the year. Franklin County, Kyle Dudley won. Myrtle Beach had 2 brand new drivers, 2 young guys in the late models. Tyler English and David Roberts won the race. And guess who won at Kingsport?
Same guys won all the rest of them?
Chris Van Dyke won again. I think that's like his 7th win this year. Wake County Modifieds, John Smith won, beat Jason Myers at the end of that race.
Now, what about our buddy, our Langley Speedway guy is going to be in 73?
Sean Beluga's going to be in Jeremy Gerstner's.
Yeah, Jeremy's car.
Jeremy Gerstner's car at Bowman Gray and a couple other places.
I think 3 other races. I think he ran this weekend, or he was there.
He was at Dominion this weekend.
Okay.
I think they did a test with the car at Dominion, and they ran it in the race up there in their modified just to get some laps on the car. David Smith, the longtime jackman for Richard Childress Racing,
was crew chief for 1 season.
Yeah, and he passed away this week. He'd been battling cancer for the last several years, and he passed away.
Hey, man! Hey! My
goodness, I'm moving my book and everything. The world.
You done screwed stuff up. Look at this, man! Oh man!
The world almost came to an end right then, and I was. Anyway, that was all the races. There wasn't a whole lot of races this weekend because everybody kind of took the weekend off. because they knew the Florence Flash was racing. So everybody kind of said they didn't want to compete.
Gary says he has a nice size, large carbon fiber SFI rated 2010. Only problem is shit wrote all over it. Thinks it says something about some Florence toilet won't flush. Mr. Teddy's on here. He's watching.
Yeah, Teddy. I understand he had a good little race down there this weekend.
Thanks, Teddy, in Denver for the plaque for the win.
I'm glad you're giving them away because. But you did good. I have to give it to you. You did good. And no, I'm not wearing the shirt next week. But
you got to wear it.
It's gonna.
I'm gonna talk you into this somehow.
You got to get the sauna. You have to get the air fixed in here.
We'll go to Rick Adovic's place. So if you want a phone, you can go to CompuServe.
Oh, here we go again. Here we go again.
And get you a phone, and we'll do a show. I think probably this weekend. I'll post for sure after tomorrow that you can probably come see me in the cart at CompuServe store here at Virginia Beach.
When?
This weekend. I'm not sure yet. I'll figure that out tomorrow. Saturday or Sunday.
Rick Godovic, man, I'm gonna tell you what. I'm gonna have.
Rick ain't gonna do it. I talked to the manager. He said he could just do it, no problem. So go talk to Adam.
Hey Adam. Hey Adam. They've been teasing me about my phone. Won't you help me out? Get me a new one. Is that Adam? No.
No. He may not be watching. Teddy, he hung that thing up in the hotel Saturday night after we got out of the pool. I'll have to tell you some stories about the pool later. They're pretty funny.
All right, well, we got a good show tonight. We're going to have Tim Bray from the Kentucky Speedway coming on. Jake Griffen, the Camping World Truck Series driver for the Mittler Brothers. He's also going to run some ARCA races for Venturini Motorsports. And Denver Smith, who is involved with the kart series that the Flash is involved in. You know, I should have changed that name to the Flush.
Hey, it's too late now.
It just jumped on me right there.
Hey, it's too late now. The train has already left the station.
He said that a minute ago. That just dawned on me.
It takes you a little while. Sometimes you're a little slow.
I'm gonna go get me a shirt made next week because I'm the crew chief of the Florence Flush. That's what I'm gonna do. Anyway, what else we got going on? Since we're waiting on Tim to call.
Who we got calling?
Tim's calling first.
Okay, when you explain to the audience who Tim is.
I just did.
Did you? Okay. Well, I heard win, and that's all I heard.
Yeah, that's all he hears is.
Now, Tim used to be the local news anchor before he got the job at Kentucky. I talked to him for a while there at Charlotte. He was leaving early so he could get home.
He's supposed to be calling, so
Clayton said he probably kept a seatbelt around it also. Gary said, "Do you really want one Jack t-shirt?" Mark Roberts says, "I rode the Champ Cart all the way back to Chesapeake." That's how happy I was.
No, I know better than that because he got on that Facebook Live thing.
Hey, and we got we got Jack in trouble, or I got Jack in trouble. Gary said he wish he would have set the car out back because it was a little cramped up front.
Well, you could have sat back there, but I mean, I saw the car sitting back there. I mean,
I could. I mean, that'd be like a parade down the interstate. We even went to Outback and got some steak afterwards. Gotta give a shout out before I forget to Cody Carlton. It was kind of rough going down to Florence and him running Florence and then going over to Paradise and run this big. It was their first time. They had a $5,000 to win pro race Saturday night and then a $5,000 amateur race, and he won a amateur race on Saturday to qualify for the Sunday race and ran second in one of
Sadler.
The Sadler cart. It wasn't their team. It was a guy who owns his cart, but they're associated with the Hermie Sadler's karting team. So they got a lot of influence from those guys. So shout out to Cody Carlton for that. Thanks for the love there you give us. Mark said thanks to the Florence Flush for drawing the 27. Yeah. Cullen Roberts, he lost a motor there at the end or something happened in his motor there with like 3 laps to go, and we had to do a draw for a prize pack, so he won well, actually, first I asked...
Hello, and thank you for calling Kentucky Speedway. Currently, your office...
Yeah. All right, well, that didn't work.
But so you had to pull a thing for this prize pack, or the winner did. So Teddy come out there and says, hey, you got to pick the thing. I said, if I pull my number, do I get to keep it? He's like, no, you'll have to pull another one. I pulled a ticket. I pulled mine. I said, that's twice this has happened. If I wasn't involved in it, I think somebody was lying. This was set up. So I pulled another one and pulled Cullen's the 27. So he got a brand new body, which is pretty cool. It's probably $150. $150 value, a body. I don't know if the nose will fit his, but the side panels will, and you'll go through those.
Well, I'm trying to get a hold of Tim. He said he was going to call us, but I haven't got anything from him.
Did you talk to him earlier today?
Yes, I've talked to him twice. Keep talking while I'm trying to dig this up. I know you can. I mean, you want to race. I mean, I'm sure you
got
can
plenty to talk about.
I'm sure you can give us a lap by lap account of everything that happened.
Did I say Elliott Sadler? Hermie Sadler is the one that has the kart team. I don't know if you really call it a kart team. I think it's more of they're in the business of selling karts and parts and pieces. And do you think you're going to call the racetrack and he's going to answer?
No, this is Tim.
Oh.
Mr. Bray, how you doing, sir?
I'm good. How are you?
All right, this is Jack Dodson. We're on the show right now. Thought we'd give you a holler.
Oh, that's fantastic. How are you doing?
We're doing wonderful. How's everything down in Kentucky?
Well, Kentucky is about ready for some racing. I'm actually driving home, and I have passed no less than 5 haulers, race truck haulers for the NASCAR Camping World Truck Series, and they're heading to the track. I just saw Timothy Peters' truck and a handful of others. Obviously, I'm keeping my eyes on the road, and so I couldn't read them all, but I didn't see Timothy Peters' truck going the other way.
So what all you got going on this weekend down at Kentucky? Any special things you got going on?
Well, absolutely. When you think of Kentucky, you think of an event, not just a race. And so we are very excited to have all 3 of NASCAR's events here, the National Series, and we go back to back to back with Truxton, Xfinity, and with the Sprint Cup guys. And so all 3 of those guys are working back to back to back, which is very cool. And then I think the other part is it's a big event from the standpoint that you've got extra things to do. Our display area is second to none. We are marrying drivers to fans with our Q&A sessions, our question and answer series on Saturday. Jimmy Johnson participating, Brad Keselowski participating. In addition to that, like Ricky Stenhouse Jr. and Brad and Dale Jr. is actually doing one too. So that's a big deal. And I think with the Fanatics coming with the new merchandising trailer, that's big. And then we've got Frankie Ballard in concert on Saturday adjacent to the race. So, as I say, we bill it as an event and all 3 days, and it's more than just a race.
Now, is this the part of the new rules package with the low downforce new for you guys?
Well, it is going to be good for us, especially since it's a brand new made-over racetrack, reconfiguration, and it's race-shaped in turns 1 and 2, and now 17 degrees of banking, and 20% more that's in 3 and 4. And so you've got the new banking and the resurface of the racetrack, and you add that to the downforce and side force package, and I don't know what's going to actually happen. We're excited to see how these guys really race around this place. We were voted the number 1 mile and a half race last year, and we want to add to that this year.
Yeah, I come by there last year right after the race. I happened to be in the area and come by there, and I tell you what, that is a fantastic place. I really, really enjoyed being out there and looking at it.
Yeah, it's there's not a single seat in the house that you can't see the racetrack. I mean, that's a big plus for us. Our sight lines are very, very good, and we moved a couple of years ago, pit road a little closer to the racetrack, and that was a huge get. And so, whether you want to camp for the week or you want to come for the day, it really is a great venue to watch the best of .com.
So whose idea was it to make one corner more banking than the other? I mean, I kind of love that because you're going to have some guys that are going to be good in one end of the racetrack, and you're going to have some guys that are going to be a lot better in the other end of the racetrack, and I think that's going to make for some passing. I think it's just going to make it a lot of fun.
Well, it is going to be a lot of fun. I think it was a collaboration between Steve Swift, who is our Vice President of Operations and Development for SMI, Marcus Smith had a hand in it, to agree to doing it all. And then I think, we've got some really fine design minds that, they wanted to do something more than just a revamp. We knew the old surface was worn out, and it was just a matter of time. So when that time came after last year's September race, we thought, okay, what can we do to make this even better? And I think that's what they found out. This is an even better racetrack now. And I think the fans are going to love it. I know the drivers are excited about it. When we had the organizational test here in the middle of June, they all looked at it and said, wow, this is going to be really challenging because we moved the yellow line up to 54 feet. And that's a big deal as it turns 1 and 2 along with the deeper banking. And then it's wide in 3 and 4 at 76 feet. And turn 3, I think the race is going to be won and lost all 3 nights in turn 3.
Well, it must be nice to be able to go home today because I know after today you're probably going to be pretty busy.
Well, today is kind of a hectic day for setup, and the haulers are in, NASCAR's in. We got our event call and with them, and I've been back and forth with NBC Sports and all of our partners in the electronic world. So we actually are on track tomorrow with the Truck Series practice. They want to get some seat time for these guys, get some practice time before they hit the track. So Wednesday, we've got the 2-year-old Truck Series on track with practice, and then they go racing on Thursday night, but you're going to see Sprint Cup and also Xfinity on track coming on Thursday afternoon. So they're going to try and get as much time as possible on the racetrack for these guys so they can, really settle in and get plenty of laps and get that second groove in and make this quite a race.
Tim, what other events do you have going on in Kentucky this year other than the Cup races and stuff?
Well, we also come back in September, and we are the first race in the chase for the Xfinity Series in September. It's the September 24th. It's the General Tire Super Weekend, and the Xfinity boys are back. And then we also couple that with the ARCA Series, which does very very well here in the Midwest. So ARC is on Friday night, and then the Xfinity guys are back on Saturday night. In addition to that, we've got a lot of driving schools, and then extra events like Import Alliance. We just came off the Tough Butter, which is like Spartan Run. Tough Butter is really good for us as well. So there's a lot of extra events that are not necessarily racing events that we put on during the course of the year. So we try to use the facility as much as possible.
Yeah, and the place looks like, because the hotels, there's not quite a bit around it, but you guys have a lot of camping, and I noticed y'all got some with with electricity and water and all those things, so it makes camping a lot easier. I mean, y'all got quite a bit of camping. I was looking at it when we were thinking about maybe trying to make it out there.
Camping is a monster part of what we do, and we've got a little bit less than 4,000 campsites on property, 7 different areas. So you can camp in the infield, you can camp at Lakeside, which is sold out. You can go to Millionaire's Row, Backstretch. I mean, there's so many different places, and we cater to everybody. I mean, if you've got your multi-million-dollar motor coach that you want to roll in, we can do that. Or if you've got a tent, we can take care of you that way as well. So we run the gamut in our camping, and very, very excited about that, because you're right. You've got about a 30-minute ride for a hotel room, unless you're at the casino, or we got a couple in the area, but for the most part, our area is Cincinnati, Northern Kentucky, Lexington, and Louisville. So we stretch all the way down to those areas and every place in between. And when NASCAR Nation shows up, our tourism trade and our tourism boards really like it, because they know that they're going to fill hotel rooms, restaurants, extra attractions like the baseball museum, Slugger Museum in Louisville, the Red Hall of Fame, Kings Island. There's a lot of things to do in this area, and we find that our campers absolutely love it. And that's what's so cool about our date. July, right adjacent to the 4th and Independence Day, we stretch that out, because everybody's on vacation right now, and so we like to have our fans join us for a little racing during their vacation.
Well, Tim, we appreciate your time with us tonight. I know you're a busy person, got a lot going on. Hopefully we can get down there. I'd love to come down there in September for that Xfinity race.
So if you ain't doing nothing this weekend, go to Kentucky, watch a great race. I think it's going to be a great race with the new rules package and the reconfiguration. It's going to be fun to watch.
And it's going to be a great weekend, and we are anxious to find out just how they race it, because the old files and all the old information is deleted, because it's not going to work anymore. So there's a lot of parity, but we think, Kyle Busch will be the favorite every single night. He's running all 3.
Oh.
Brad's running against him on Friday night, Saturday night, so he's come up winning Daytona. There's some real good storylines in our race events, and so anxious to see what these guys do. And it was a real pleasure talking to you tonight, and best of luck to you. You're welcome anytime.
All right, man. Well, we appreciate it, and we'll talk to you again real soon, okay?
All right, thank you.
All right, man.
You. The place does have a lot of camping in it, and it is pretty. I mean, it is nice, and I camp a lot, and you come along a lot.
I came along once, and that was enough right now.
The roads going in and out, yeah, and then Bruton Smith bought it, and then straightened a lot of that out. Yeah, I mean, people were in hours and hours just to get there.
There is nothing there.
Yeah. Reese Noble said he is no kin to Jack, I tell you. Gary said he's going to go run dirt. And Mark said make sure you fill it up. He said that's going to be Mark's only job, to make sure his stuff is filled up. Joe Staples says, Reese, you guys came from different mothers.
Okay, Joe. Now you on my list. Joe's on my list now, so that's fine.
So Denver, we're gonna have Denver Smith on.
Yeah, last.
Oh, that's right. I keep thinking that.
Yeah, Jake Griffen is supposed to be next. And I talked to his press PR girl earlier, so he's already retweeted everything we sent out.
Yeah, I seen that.
So hope.
Now, how long is Jake? I don't know a whole lot about Jake. How long has he been in the truck series? This year?
I think he ran once last year, maybe. I'm not really sure.
I know he accepted my friend world class. I was meant to stalk him.
'63, the number 63 truck for Mittler Motorsports.
Joe Staples says that meant you liked him once.
Yeah, once. Yeah, once.
Reese Noble says, how about Lee Pulliam winning at Sobo again? Yep. Won 6 200-lap races straight every year. So, and I'll tell you what, old Nick Smith is kind of putting a whipping on Dominion down there.
I'm telling you.
And I don't think he had his crew chief this weekend. I think he was in Nag's Head, I believe. Ryan from After Hours Fabrication has been working on the car for him. Robbie Allison said, your head looks weird. You ain't got no 12 hat on it.
Hey, Robbie, since you're on here listening to this tonight, you need to contact your mama.
He done had a talk with her. Robbie.
I done had a talk with your mom about you. So you need to talk with her.
Eric wants to know, where's that famous shirt he's been hearing about?
It's in my truck, Eric. We didn't have this discussion once. Do you not watch our show?
Reese Noble says Jack's head looks weird. Anyhow, Robbie.
Reese, I know you ain't talking about somebody's head.
With some socks.
I know he ain't.
Mark said, laugh out loud, Robbie. Gary said, well, guys, the truth is I took a fuel gamble last week and it didn't work out. They told me to start saving some money at the track, so I thought I would try to save fuel. It didn't work. No, it didn't work. At least, yeah. You should have turned it off and on, Gary. Maybe it would have lasted the whole 20 laps instead of 7 laps or what have you. But I bet he will not fill it up again.
I sure hope not, because that was probably a bonehead move that I've ever heard of.
Robbie wants to know, did you get him in trouble with his mom?
Yes.
Well, apparently not, because he hasn't heard anything about it.
Well, she probably hadn't seen much of it, but I told her that you told me she was 65 years old.
He ain't gonna believe that. Because he'd have got a phone call. For sure.
So, think what you want, Robbie.
When's your next race, Robbie? And where are you gonna be running?
All right.
Robbie said Reese said he should make an appearance. With your socks?
No, please don't. Leave the socks at home.
The socks are what makes a person.
Is that what it is?
Yeah.
Well.
In your case, it's a shirt you're not wearing.
Okay, whatever. Keep on. All right, I'm trying to get hold of.
Periscope girl says hi from Daytona.
Who?
Anderson Periscope.
Oh, is that girl that likes Robbie?
That was good. Rhett Causey just joined the show. Thanks, Rhett. Robbie says, "Oh, Jack's 67th birthday."
Sorry.
We'll have him past retirement age before we know it. Clayton said, "Jack don't love us, Scott." Ed Clark, how you doing, Ed? Robbie said Joe Staples said Robbie's late. Eric says he thinks Jack should run the wing next race. Eric's got a cart for you. I don't know if you can get in it, but
I ain't going to get in it.
we'd had to use the jaws of life to get him out.
I ain't going to get in it because I ain't racing with you guys.
What's up, Danny Mallard? I've been calling Mallard. I don't know why. I can't not call him Mallard. It's hard. Ed Clark. Hey, Ed. Robbie's going to be racing 2 weeks in Greenville Pickens.
2 weeks at Greenville Pickens. That's a good little ride down there too. I was thinking about trying to come down there.
The Greenville Pickens.
Yeah. And
Call from
here we go.
77740.
So they have a senior league.
Well, welcome to Jack Dodsons Racing Insider News. Is this Jake?
Yeah, how's it going?
Hey, how you doing tonight, Jake?
Doing pretty good. How are you?
I'm doing good. Got the Florence Flash, Scott Allen, here with us tonight. So give us a little background into Jake Griffen, where all you been racing and everything.
Come back again?
Give us a little background on your racing and everything and how you got started.
Oh yeah, I started in my drag racing four-wheelers when I was 3 and 4 years old with my dad, and I transitioned over into circle track racing at I'd say about like 6 or 7 years old, in quarter midgets actually, and started in quarter midgets. I ran those for a couple of years, and then moved on to dirt track racing, modified, late model, stuff like that, and it just kind of excelled from there, you know.
All right, now how did you get started with getting with the Mittler brothers for this year?
The Bailey Brothers is like a really, their shop's only an hour and a half from us, so it's definitely the closest a team located to us. So it was kind of a choice that was made. I mean, based on we've known Mike for a while before I started racing for him also. So it was something we had planned for a while, and it just worked out.
Cool. Now you've got some more races coming up for us. Tell us a little bit about that.
Yeah, I get to run Bristol and Homestead later on this year in the truck series, so that'll be something I'm looking forward to back with MB Motorsports again. They're both tracks I haven't been to. Homestead obviously being a track bigger than I'm capable of running right now, and my birthday is actually a couple days before Homestead, my 18th birthday, so that's the reason why we picked Homestead for that, and definitely looking forward to it.
Cool. And then you have some ARCA stuff coming up too, right?
Oh yeah, running the ARCA stuff at the Springfield Mile and Decoy Mile. I think one's in. I'm not exactly sure on the dates, but yeah, we're looking forward to running with Venturini Motorsports for sure. It's definitely a well-proven team, and their equipment's definitely top of the line for ARCA.
Now, I seen your number was 08. What is the significance of 08? Where did it come from?
Actually, when I was racing quarter midgets, a well-known name, the Pierces, Bobby Pierce, and them actually ran quarter midgets with me. And when Bobby moved up into the dirt track ranks, they started a series called the Kid Mods, and I was still running quarter midgets at the time. And Bobby ran the whole first year of the Kid Mods in their house car. And the next year they still had that house car, but Bobby was ready to move up a class in the late models. So they had this house car sitting there, and this was in 2008. They had this house car sitting there, didn't have a driver for it. So Bob and Angie called us up later that year because we knew him from Quarter Midget racing with Bobby for a couple of years, and asked us if I wanted to drive it, and everything just worked out on that end.
So what are you doing? Are you doing any simulation racing to prepare for Bristol or Homestead?
One more time.
Are you doing any like simulation racing to prepare, like iRacing, to prepare for like Homestead that you've never been to?
I haven't really done too much yet. It is something that I do a lot, on iRacing and stuff like that. But I haven't done a whole lot yet for that. I'm definitely gonna do it a little bit if I have free time. I've just been so busy with everything, just haven't had any time to play any games lately, you know.
Mm-hmm. So what's your do you have plans that you're working on for next year?
I mean, there's nothing really set in stone yet. I think my goal, something I'd like to do, is run full-time in the truck series for sure. I mean, if the numbers work out and we can get good sponsorship behind us, that would be something I'd really like to do. Maybe a few Xfinity races here and there.
Well, that's cool. Now, which do you like better, the dirt or the asphalt racing?
You know, dirt's my home. That's what I grew up in. And I mean, it's just what I grew up around. So, I mean, the dirt has to be my choice there, but the transition over to asphalt was something I had to do to make that move to the next level.
Well, that's where you got to, when you go up, you got to move up like that. Now, is Bobby Pierce helping you any with the getting ready for your truck races?
Bobby and I have known each other for a long time, and we definitely communicate a lot about what we're doing. His first truck race was at Eldora. He may have had a couple before that, but we definitely talked a lot at Eldora because that was the first one we actually ran at the same time. So we communicate a lot on that end.
Cool. Well, that's good. All right. Do you have any sponsors? Anything you need to go give a shout out to?
Yeah, I just gotta thank a Backlot Auto. Backlot Auto, Battle College. The brothers, obviously. Just everybody that puts the time and effort into everything. I really appreciate it, and you guys for having me on the show. Appreciate it.
Well, we appreciate you spending some time with us tonight. I know you got a lot of stuff going on, so we'll hopefully have you back on here real soon, and good luck to you at Bristol.
Yeah, appreciate it. Thank you.
All right, man. Talk to you later.
All right, so then now we're going to have Denver Smith.
All right, you tell us a little bit about Denver Smith.
Well, the neat thing, which I didn't realize until after talking to Denver, I guess we'll find out from the horse's mouth.
Call from 276.
Good afternoon, and welcome to Jack Dodsons Racing Insider News. Is this Denver?
This is
How's it going, man?
pretty good, sir. How are you?
We're doing great down here, and I've got the Florence Flash here beside me.
The one and only.
Oh, so you're in on this Florence Flash thing too, right?
Man, I tried getting his autograph last time, but he got out of there too quick.
Hey, man, I even got some hero cards, so
I'll have one next time.
I'll make sure you have one next time.
Okay, sounds good.
Now, what all are you involved in? I know you've got your engineering place or whatever that you got going on there, and you're involved in the kart series. But I understand you're over at Patrick Henry at the Community College in the Motorsports program. Tell us a little bit about that.
Basically, Patrick Henry Community College in Martinsville, Virginia, is like 10 minutes from the racetrack at Martinsville. And I'm one of the two instructors that they have, and we teach students from 11th and 12th graders, and then students who have graduated from high school and then further their college degrees. We teach them everything from the basics of motorsports all the way through all the advanced stuff, and that includes chassis building, chassis dynamics, engine building, engine tuning. We race our own late model cars. We build everything in-house. The students really get the NASCAR, I I would say the whole NASCAR career all rolled into a 2-year program. It's the only curriculum like itself in the whole country. You know, we've had students come from other programs in the country, and you know they're good as well in their own ways, but we teach so much more than just getting a piece of paper. You're getting a degree, and then with our degree, it'll transfer on to Old Dominion University, which is you know down there towards Virginia Beach, and you get your 4-year engineering degree. So it's a really awesome program. I've been there 11 years, and you know 2.5 years I was a student. So I've been there quite a long time, and you know it just keeps growing each year. You know, it's probably tripled in size since the first day I walked in. So.
Well, now I'd like to come down and take a look at that sometime because I'm really, you know, that's really a big deal. My son is involved in the sport, and he went to the Bobby Isaac Motorsports School down in Hickory, and you know that I went down there and got to hang out down there a lot and saw that program. But yours seems to be a little more in depth than what he was getting there.
It is, and you know, like the Bobby Isaac School and Jay Hedgecock's program and NASCAR Tech, they all have their great qualities, and they're all, you know, a very good place to further your career. We just take it like 3 steps further. You know, out of 100%, 75% is hands-on out in the shop. We have a 25,000 square foot facility, and we just bought another 100,000 square foot beside of us. That we're going to grow into over the next 3 years. They're doing a huge growing process. And what's neat is we have pull-down rigs, we have shock dynos, we have CNC Haas machines, we have CNC plasma cutters, we teach CAD programs, we teach it all from, you know, start to finish. I don't care if you don't know the difference between a hammer and a screwdriver. When you leave, you can build a 4A star. So it's really cool. Plus the students, you know, go to the racetrack, run their own late model car. You know, we almost qualified on the pole at Martinsville 2 years ago. The last 2 years we finished top 10 at Martinsville. I mean, which is the most prestigious event of the year. I mean, and all we do is call shots. The students do everything. So you know, but it's a really awesome program all the way around.
I mean, it sounds like it. It sounds pretty cool. So how many students a year come through your program?
Of course, it varies. With the high school program, we kind of have like a feeding trough of students that come in. I have about 60 high schoolers every year, and that's a 2-year program for them as well, and they get college credit towards their college degree, so that really helps out. And a lot of them transfer in, so on an average, college student-wise, we get anywhere from 25 to 35, sometimes 40, and that is split up over the chassis and engine side. So you'll do a year with us in chassis, and then you'll do a year with our engine instructor, you know, over on that side of the building. So it's really involved, really in-depth, just all-around really awesome program.
Yeah, I was thinking when we go to Martinsville, we got to go over there and check that out.
I would really like to see it because I really get interested in stuff like that because it's really a big insight into the sport that these people are getting involved in, and they get to.
It is, you know, and what I always tell our students is you know, always do the best that you can now. Make the contacts you need to. You know, always strive to be better because when you leave there, you never know who you might run into at the racetrack that's looking for somebody to hire for a position.
That's exactly right.
Right. So, you know, we've had more students hired just by us being at the racetrack, whether it's a late model team or you know, a small end team all the way up to Cup guys. I mean, I've got 6 guys that work for Kyle Busch Motorsports on the truck series. I've got one of the head engineers for Penske just graduated 3 years ago from us. He's on the box for the 22 car. I mean, these are the kind of kids that we're producing, you know, and we make sure that they strive to be the best at whatever they do. I mean, we're trying to produce, you know, a student who's above and beyond anybody else from anywhere else. So it's you know, everything's been working out very, very well here lately, and just just trying to make sure that everything continues that way.
Well, I would say, not to knock against your competitors, I would say the NASCAR school to me is a little generic, to be honest.
Well, we've had probably over the last 5 years, we've had 10 or 12 students that have come from there. And when it comes to the automotive side, they have an excellent program. But when it comes to the NASCAR stuff, you're only getting a small percentage at the end of your career there. And that's where the students are a little upset about, but you're kind of told that in the beginning. So you're kind of just going with the name of NASCAR is a lot of the reason why most students go there.
Right.
Yeah, and what I've heard is a lot of the guys that come from the NASCAR program, their program is more towards working in a car shop or whatever more than it is going to NASCAR.
It is, and yeah, that's definitely the truth, and we hear that from all the guys that have transferred over to us.
Yeah, because I went there and with my son, and we talked about going there, and I was told, that's not where you really need to be, because you could go to a team and they could develop you the way they want to develop you, or there's other places that would be better for them than the NASCAR. Not knocking NASCAR at all, but
right.
that's better suited if that's what you wanted to do.
Mm-hmm.
Right, and just like not just NASCAR, but any of the other programs, in the country, I mean, they all pertain to a specific thing,
mm-hmm.
and we try to not do that. We try to pertain to everything that's involved. I mean, yes, we run a asphalt late model. Yes, I bring go-kart background to it. Everything, but we also teach drag racing. We also teach motorcycle. All suspension works the same, just in a different way.
Mm-hmm.
We have tire testing equipment. All that stuff works in the same ways. You just have to know how to apply it to what you want to do. And I think that's where we're above and beyond that with the capabilities that we have and the equipment that we have and the time spent and the knowledge between the other instructor and I. We have all this background in racing, not just go-karting. I mean, I've been around drag racing all my life, asphalt, dirt. I've even done boat racing and snowmobile racing when I lived up in Massachusetts. So I have such a wide variety, of a background when it comes to racing. We can try and pertain all that to it. So we've had guys who've gone on to AMA Supercross teams, Formula cars, Stewart Haas Racing. I mean, we've had guys from all aspects. The War Wizard monster truck, Derek Goins.
Yeah.
He is probably one of my best friends. He lives out in Tennessee now where the War Wizard is. He drives the truck. He works on the truck, everything. He's one of our graduates from 6 years ago.
Wow.
He started sweeping the floors and maintaining the trucks, cleaning them. Now he builds shocks. He does all the stuff that, they realized he knew how to do from working with us. And now he drives one of the trucks. So it's really, really neat when he comes into Greensboro Coliseum or Roanoke or whatever. We always get to go down and hang out with him and, kind of talk about what he's doing and things like that. And, those are just some of the things. But, how would you pertain circle track to monster truck racing? I mean, it's just that's how wide and vast we can cover with our program.
That's pretty cool. I think it's a cool program and another thing I think that makes it great is today I'm in the automotive business and sometimes trying to find a kid to work in my shop is hard because not many of them today at 18 know much about mechanics. It ain't like years ago when your dad worked on a car. They got so sophisticated, nobody's working on them anymore.
Right. Well, we noticed too, parents nowadays are not like parents when I grew up. I'm only 32 years old, and you guys obviously are older than I am. I mean, these kids nowadays get away with just about anything and virtually are lazy. I do it all the time. My kids in class are not lazy. I won't allow them to be.
Right.
There's no cell phones allowed unless there's an emergency. They come in, they get changed out, they do what they're supposed to do. We do the curriculum. We work our whatever we have to in the shop, and we go home. But we work together as a team. We even go out to lunch sometimes and talk about stuff in class or what we're going to do racing-wise on the weekend. We try and, interact with our students as much as possible, but also teach them work ethics and not to be lazy.
Right.
Because that's the way our society has gotten is lazy, do whatever you want to do, and don't care what the consequences are.
Right. Now, how many days during the week do you guys are in the classroom? Because, I mean, if you're racing on the weekend and going to class during the week, this is kind of like a 6 days a week class.
More like 7 days a week. Our classes run, like my high school classes are every day for 2 hours a morning, and they get bussed over from the area high schoolers or schools. There's 3 of them in the area, and we get about 60 students. The other guys come Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday for 5 hours, and then they have one night class which runs from 6 to 9:50 or 10 o'clock. And a lot of times those guys, if they're not in their normal core classes like math, English, physics, things like that, they're over in our shop. Our shop's open from 8 to 5 every day, and then 2 nights a week it's open till 10.
Mm-hmm.
So we basically live there. And we tell our students, you don't work a 9-to-5 job in racing.
No.
You live, eat, and sleep racing.
Yes, very much so. Now,
I work 40 hours a week, and then I work another 20 or 30 here at my shop. And then I have a wife and kids and a mortgage and all this other stuff I got to take care of too. So I just tell them it's a lifestyle. It's not something you do 9 to 5 every day.
Right.
Now, tell us a little bit about your business that you do and what all you've got involved in that.
Well, pretty much some of the same things. We have a 15,000 square foot facility here, on my piece of property. It's called Denver Smith Engineering, or DSE. We are the manufacturers for Demon Racing chassis. We build 90% of all of our components here in-house. Axles, cassettes, spindles, the whole chassis. We have designed our own bodies. We work with a company out of Danville who does wind tunnel testing and things like that. So, and these are some of my connections that I've learned through the college, that have helped me succeed in my business as well. But, we do everything here, all the chassis components, chassis setup. We have a huge, showroom when you walk in full of parts. We're tire distributors for 3 or 4 major brands of tires. We have a lot of our own components out that are patented, or designed and patented by me. And it's been something that I've always wanted to do, but, never really knew how to go about it or anything like that. And then about 9 years ago, we started DSE, and it's just, grown 4 times over. We started in a little tiny building that was 10 by 20. And now I have a 15,000 square foot facility that has CNC tube and benders, milling machines, lathes, all kinds of, TIG welders, MIG welders. I mean, you name it, we do it here. It's just been an all-around awesome experience, of a lifetime. But, I just love what I do. And, like I said, racing's a lifestyle. So it's just kind of grown from there.
Now, Denver, do you have employees, or are you doing all this yourself?
I have some part-time employees. With working at the college full-time and then coming here in the evenings, it's kind of hard to have full-time employees. My dad has been my saving grace 90% of my life most of the time. Thank God he's retired, so he's been able to just kind of keep everything going during the day for me and order parts and, keep, his job's kind of to keep the inventory stocked up and make sure all my stuff's ordered. And then, he'll run parts and things like that for me. But, I actually have some guys that actually graduated from our program at the college, that help me part-time, about 20 hours a week. And I've got 2 of them. And, basically their job is to make sure that everything is cut and bent and notched and perfect. And then when I come in, we jig up everything and weld it up or bend it or make this or make that. And like I said, we make 90% of what's on our go-karts and a lot of other people's go-karts too. So, we keep these guys busy.
I think that's
So
crazy.
Keep me busy too.
Yeah, I mean that's a 15,000 square foot go kart. I mean that's pretty amazing, man. I mean you got to give yourself a pat on the back for that. And I will say, Teddy's kart and even Brian is probably the cleanest, nicest kart out there by far. I mean, every time I walk by over and look at it, I'm like, man, that looks nice. And Teddy looks so damn comfortable in his car to compare to mine. I'm like, man, I wish I could lay down as far as Teddy is, but his car's probably a little longer than mine.
Yeah, well, I appreciate it. I really pride myself on making sure that stuff looks 110%. I'm not the 100% guy. I'm the 110% guy. And, you racing with Teddy and Brian, you know how compulsive they are about how things have to be and this, that, and the other thing.
Yeah.
You wouldn't want me there because I'm even worse. You walk into my shop and, they're epoxy floored and you can eat off of them at any time. All my equipment's clean. At the end of the day, I don't care if it's 12 o'clock at night, we clean everything and go home. It's just something that, my dad has instilled in me about perfection, and I'm the same way or worse. But yeah, we definitely pride ourselves on making sure that our stuff is above and beyond what most manufacturers do, or we'll take the extra time to engrave something or color it a different color or make things match up different, or it's just our way of doing things. But it's made us as successful as we are, and most all of our customers, we have about 350 customers now, over the last 9 years, and loyal ones at that, and they just keep coming back for new upgraded stuff and things like that just because of the way they look. I mean, you can look at our stuff just like you said at the racetrack compared to a lot of different manufacturers and just stuff that people have done, and we spend the extra time, the extra money, whatever, and I'm not a rich person, so I've had to learn how to do it all by hand. But it definitely has impacted our business.
Yeah, I asked Teddy this weekend. I said, "Do you powder coat this damn thing every year?" He's like, "No, I just wipe it down."
Teddy, when he took the endeavor to go wing champ racing, he said, "You know me," and he dropped the stuff off. He said, "I'll be back in 3 or 4 months, whatever it was." And when he walked through the door, I said, "Well, here it is." And he said, "Oh my God, it looks 10 times better than I thought it was going to be." He said, "You know exactly what I want."
Yeah.
I said, "Yeah, because I'm worse than you are." and Brian's the same way. He dropped it off, this last winter, and we went through that thing front to back and upgraded everything to our stuff, and with my chassis dynamics background and all of our suspension stuff, we just have the edge up, I feel, on a lot of our competition on just how things work. It's not so much the looks, it's how it works as well. So
yeah, Mark Roberts sent us a message. He wants to know, do you make spindles that'll fit a Rage?
I make spindles that fit everything.
Okay.
Yep, we that's one of the cool things that we do here is not only do we make our parts, we make all our jigs that our parts go in. So any spindle that can be sent to me will fit our jig, and our jigs are just super versatile when it comes to that. So we can make any Nerf bar, bumper, spindle, steering wheel, steering shaft, roll cage, whatever you want, we can make it fit. And most of the time it works better.
I'd like to know how in the hell you got that damn wing to fit on Teddy's cart with those brackets. How long did it take you to do that? I was like, man, that is nice.
If I told you, you would think I was lying. That wing took us about 6 hours to mount.
Hell, it takes me that long with adjustments.
Well, like I said, I'm very compulsive, so we actually made a fixture that holds the wing.
I was going to say, oh, God.
Yep, off the floor, and we dropped plumb bobs off of it, and then we just rolled his go-kart up under it, and then we made brackets that work.
Damn. I do work. So what is a new chassis without motor and wheels cost?
A buggy. Without the wing.
Well, I mean, what's a wing? $150?
Yeah, $150 for the wing. A brand new champ card. We call it our evil edition, you know, because of the demon thing. Is $3,400,
Okay.
and that comes with everything but the kitchen sink, full floor pans, gas tank. Well, you guys with the flatheads won't need that, and we'll subtract that from the total. But upgraded bearings, seat belts, tilt steering wheel, spline quick release hub, lightweight brake rotor, mini light brakes, platinum chain, flip motor mount. Oh my God, I got a list a mile long.
And I seen you got
the axle.
and you got a roller for the chain. I seen on your page yesterday or the other day.
Yep. The chain roller is something you either love or you hate. If you're compulsive about how your stuff looks and works, you'll have no problem with it. If you don't like to clean your stuff, you don't like to lube your stuff, and you don't like to take care of your stuff, it is not what you want. So, but it does cut down on rolling resistance. It does save your chain. It does save your gears, and it's just so much easier to adjust your motor.
Yeah, well, I would say I was looking at it and I was like, yeah, that's going to make it way easier to take it off, put it back on, but you don't have to.
Well, they're actually coming out with a spring-loaded one where you push the roller down and put a pin in it, and you put your gear on, and then you pull the pin, and it self-aligns. You never have to move your motor. So
Dang.
you can change, I think it's 5 teeth either way, and you never have to move your motor.
Will that fit on my Rage?
Yeah, we can make it fit.
That's pretty cool.
Yep.
I like cool stuff like that.
I guess we'll be coming to see you for long then, huh?
Yeah. So where is your shop opposed to the college?
I'm about 25 minutes away. I'm more towards the Patrick County area, like Stewart, Virginia.
Okay.
So I'm just off of 58. The Blue Ridge Airport is literally 3 miles from my shop. So that's where all the NASCAR guys fly in and out of. So we're not far from there at all.
Well, definitely during the fall Martinsville race, when we go to Martinsville, we're going to have to come up and check the college out and do a little thing and come by your shop and check out the kart shop, because that sounds pretty cool.
Man. Anytime you guys are up this way, you just swing on by. I'll give you what I call the 50-cent tour, and we'll walk you through and show you everything and what we do, and that goes for anybody. I mean, we give tours 4 or 5 times a week to potential students and their families and everything, so we're getting pretty good at it.
Well,
Hey, and look, Teddy says, Denver, man, don't give out all the secrets.
He knows better than that. I never do.
Hey, look, being I won this week, do I get a late model ride?
Ooh, I don't know about that.
yeah. If I was you, I wouldn't even think about it.
Thank God it's not up to me, okay?
That's your best bet.
That's a good excuse. Well, Denver, we appreciate you sponsoring the series. I think it's good because we really didn't know. I don't know that many people, in the series yet really knew exactly what you all did and so forth. So I think, I know I can just speak for myself. If there's something that you have that I would need to buy, I would rather buy it from you because you're supporting our series, and that means a lot, and we appreciate that.
Well, and we appreciate it too, especially, obviously we would love more go-karts there to help out with the banquet at the end, but, Teddy and I sat down after, unfortunately, Langley was not going to be able to race or whatever the circumstance is.
Mm-hmm.
And, we really wanted to continue doing something, and we basically stressed ourselves out over winter months trying to, come up with this series, come up with sponsors, come up with this, that, and the other thing. And, like I said, I'm not a rich person, but I wanted to give back because I'd had other people give to me before and help me out and things like that. So Teddy and I sat down and, we got with Florence Motor Speedway, we got this track, and, we're like, we've got to do something here. So we pulled all of our resources in. I called everybody I could. I did everything that we could. And, obviously we put together the DSE Pro Wing Champ Series and, have it at Florence, every month. And, we're just we're really grateful for you guys and everybody that's come out to support everything. And it was just our way of giving back to go-kart racing in general, not just so much the Wing Series or whatever, but we knew that a lot of the guys at Langley weren't going to have a place to race if they didn't go race another form of vehicles or, go race dirt carts or this, that, or the other thing. We knew there would be some, and we didn't want everybody to just be sitting at the house not doing anything. So, we wanted to give back in that aspect, and, we definitely wanted to make sure that, I'm a family man. I know a lot of you guys are, so we didn't want to bombard you with a bunch of races. We wanted to make sure that, once a month, maybe twice, depending on, how it fell, is what worked out so that, everybody was happy. You could take a trip if you wanted to.
Right.
And, keep the racing competitive, but, in the same aspect, not get out of hand.
Right.
And so far, I think it's been great. I mean, the top 4 guys, I think, are split by like 35 points.
Yeah.
And you and Gary and Brian and all them, I mean, it's a toss-up every weekend. We don't know who's going to win.
I know we've had 4 races and 4 different winners, no repeat winners. I mean, that's pretty good. I mean, that means it's competitive series.
Gary, he keeps sitting on the pole, so.
Well, I don't know. We got that demon cart that he just posted. He wants to know the qualifying secret in that 4 cart.
Oh, in the 4 cart?
Yeah.
If you tell him if he buys a demon, I'll tell him everything there is to know about sitting on the pole.
Well, look, the first thing you need to teach him is how to put methanol in the gas tank.
Oh, yeah, that's a problem if that doesn't happen.
Well, yeah,
that's what happened this weekend. He got home and found out he forgot to top it up before the race.
That's horrible. I've done that before. I shouldn't laugh.
Yeah, I don't know if I'd have told anybody. I'd have said, yeah, Rod broke in the motor or something. I'd have made something up.
Because, you get so excited, man. Sometimes that happens.
Hey, Denver, let me ask you a question. Do you do helmets there, too?
What's that now?
Do you have helmets there, too, for your carts?
Yes. We are a Simpson dealer, so we do neck braces. We do Hans devices, too, so we can get you a Hans fairly inexpensively. Gloves, shoes, helmets, shields, whatever you need. The side nets. And then we have the Kart brand as well, which is an inexpensive brand of stuff. So we're pretty versatile in all of our parts. I mean, we have our showroom is probably about 20 by 40.
Further than I wanted.
30 by 40. So it's a pretty big showroom. We got just about everything that you can use on a go-kart. So.
You do have extra large helmets, right?
Extra large helmets, yeah, that'd be what, like an 8-inch helmet?
I don't know. I'll have to measure his head after he won that race down there, but he's going to need a new helmet to put his head in.
Well, I heard that the bigger the helmet, the bigger the Florence Flash decal.
That's right.
There you go.
Hey, Jack's the one that come up with the whole Florence Flash thing.
Yeah, I did. I missed my call, and I should have called it the Florence Flush, but I didn't.
That's funny.
But anyway, we appreciate your time tonight, and I'm gonna get up there sometime and see your school and everything, because I'm really interested in that, and I'd like to come up there.
Yeah, maybe we could have a student on or something.
Yeah, maybe we can do something up there and have a student come on the show and talk about it too.
Yeah, I think that'd be cool.
That would be absolutely awesome. We'll get with our PR department and make sure everything's cool with that, and we'll set up a big shindig for you guys and go from there.
All right, well, we'd love to do it, and we'll get with you on that in the next few weeks or so and see what's going on, and maybe you can work it out to where we can come up there and do it.
Yeah, no problem. That'd be awesome.
All right, man. We appreciate your time tonight. Thanks a lot. Appreciate you supporting the kart series that you're doing. Even though
for my trophy.
And even though Scott won a race, I mean, I'm gonna have to hear about that for the rest of my life. But
what did you think about those plaques? That's all I want to know.
That plaque. Well, when I got here, it was stuck right in my face, so it looks pretty good to me.
Well, I definitely want to say, Jason Hadwood that signs and trophies down in Madison, North Carolina. He is probably one of the best when it comes to signs, trophies, plaques, decals, all that stuff. and he hooked us up, and he's going to continue hooking us up on that stuff. So you might get more of those shoved in your face for it.
Yeah, but he you know, I have to let him have one every now and then, so I guess this is good. We appreciate you tonight coming on, and we'll talk to you again real soon, and I'll be in touch.
Thanks, Denver.
All right. Sounds great, guys. Have a good one.
All right, you too. Thanks a lot.
Hey,
Yeah, bye.
I could have shoved something else in your face. I had to say it.
Okay.
Teddy said, "Do I sleep with it?" I did sleep with it, Teddy. If you look on my Facebook, you'll see the first time I won an arena car race, I woke up, I had a picture taken with the trophy. I got a good laugh out of that. And so thanks to
Teddy,
Denver Smith and Teddy for putting the series on, because I know for most of us down here it wouldn't have had anything to do. So thanks to those guys. and Brian, he's gonna message me them qualifying numbers privately.
All right, Clayton, we're going to do our picks right now before we go off the air. Go ahead and give me yours. You're first because you lost. You were last.
Kentucky, man, that's going to be a good. I think that's going to be probably a good track, especially with this. Well, I'm not going to tell you. Well, it don't matter. I get to pick before you do anyway.
That's right.
I think I'm going to go with Carl Edwards.
Not Harvick. I mean, wow.
Maddie going to be mad when she finds out that Jack took her win away. I agree with you, Clayton.
I did not take her win away.
Damn it. Clayton's going with the 19.
Oh, now you're out of luck because he gets it.
He wouldn't get in the pool because he wouldn't put down the trophy long enough, Teddy. Well, damn, who am I going to go with now? It's going to be slick. I'm going to go with Kyle Busch. So who are you going with now?
I'm going, and I'm just going.
Gary said he thought he was going to go with 18. Not now, Gary.
I'm going to have to take a ride on the wild side.
Yeah, he did, Clayton.
I think I'm going with Logano.
Mark Roberts is going to take the 11. No, you didn't have him already, Gary. I would say this has been a...
Hey, Gary, you going to do Danica?
It's been I really enjoyed the whole college thing. That was pretty cool.
That you know, what he said, but when at Bobby Isaac, they did, you had to...
Gary's going with the 20.
At Bobby Isaac, you had to learn the financial... You know, you had to know the sponsorship, financial parts of it. You had to have a whole class on that. Then they did pit crew. Then they did bodies.
Clayton said the 15 for you.
The 15 for me? I got Logano. I got Logano. Anyway, but that was, you know, it was a real good. I didn't think it was as a big a deal as when I went down, I was thinking, man, I'm paying a lot of money. And I'm not seeing a whole lot of stuff here, but then come to find out there was a lot of stuff going on there, that they were working hand in hand with one of the race teams. Yeah. Yeah, they were really.
Just how does the sound? Because we got a little mic we put on the tablet, and we're curious how the sound. Does it sound better than it did the weeks before? Teddy Denver just sent him a PM on the qualifying trick. Yeah. But yeah, I enjoyed it. I think when we go to Martinsville, we should maybe, I don't know, I guess it'd be either Saturday late after the race. Well, it won't be too late after the race, or Friday, and maybe go see one shop, and maybe go to school, and maybe we could do a little show because they should have Wi-Fi there, and we could do a little live show there.
Yeah, I think it'd be cool. Be a good
So I had
idea.
to talk to Denver about that. Can you hear me now? Yeah, I can hear you. Sounds good on my end. Good. Sounds a lot better. Good.
All right, well, that's our show for tonight. We'll see you next week. I don't have anything confirmed up yet for next week, but I got some people that's a possibility. So we'll talk about it next week.
All right, guys. See you guys next